Good morning, Prakriti. Everyone, sound is fine. Okay. So, what was the last question we did? MCQs we are solving. Okay. (41). Huh? How it is 41? I think question number 23 we did, no? 23, yeah. So we will start with question number 24. Today, we will complete the MCQs in, I think, 1 hour it will be over. After that, half an hour, I will start the board syllabus for the next topic. Okay. So question number 24, you see. Simple question. A while loop PQRSP formed by joining two semicircular wires of radii R1 and R2 carries a current I as shown in the figure. They want magnetic field. The word magnetic field is missing. The magnitude of the magnetic field at the center. So please mention magnetic field at the center. Okay. So they have given you two semicircular wires. Not like this, okay? Semicircular they have given. At the center, they want magnetic field. At the center. Now current is flowing in this direction. So if it goes like this, here it will go like this, then it will come here, right? So current is flowing like this. Okay, so this red color is showing the current. They want you to find magnetic field here. This one has radius R1. This one has radius R2. So very simple. You know that you can think of these four parts as first part, this semicircle as first part, and this semicircle as second part. I'm not worried about this straight part because this point, the observation point, is on this line. So this straight part will not produce magnetic field. This straight part will not produce magnetic field at the center. So let us calculate only magnetic field due to this semicircle. For semicircle, you know the formula. It is half of due to circle. Due to circle, it is mu naught I by 2r. So due to semicircle, it will be mu naught I by 4r. 4r. Okay, radius is r1. Now direction will be where current is going this way. So it will be outward. Direction is outward. Okay. Now calculate due to this semicircle. It is also semicircle, so it will be mu naught I by 4r. Mu naught, current is same, by 4r. Radius of this is r2. Where it will be? Here current is this way. So it will be into. So one magnetic field is outward, one magnetic field is inward. So you have to subtract. Which one will be bigger? Since R1 is smaller, if R1 is smaller, B1 will be bigger. So total will be B1 minus B2. Take common mu naught I by 4. So be 1 by R1 minus 1 by R2. And direction will be where? Since this is bigger, outward magnetic field is bigger, so total will be outward. So which is the right option? Mu naught I by 4, 1 by R1 minus 1 by R2. Option D. Option D. Simple problem. Just remember the formula for semicircle. You can apply the formula for arc also. For arc, if you apply, what was the formula? Mu naught I by 4r, mu naught by 4 pi, I by r into 5. This was the formula for arc. Correct? No? This was your 5. Now, if it is semicircle, the angle subtended will be pi, 180 degree. So if you put pi here, this pi and this pi will cancel. You will get mu naught I by 4r. So you can apply the formula for arc also. But if you can remember the formula of magnetic field due to semicircle, it can be done faster. This is question number 24. Let us see question number 25. Yesterday I did last question that n square b. b2 was n square b1. So question number 25 is the last question which I did extra. Okay, so I will not repeat. Question number 26 you see now. Question number 26. Two concentric means centers will coincide. Two concentric coils, each of radius equal to 2 pi centimeter. Okay, radius is 2 pi. Each of radius 2 pi centimeter are placed at right angles to each other. 3 ampere and 4 ampere are the currents flowing in the coils. The magnetic induction, matlab magnetic field at the center. Simple this also. But remember the coils are concentric. Matlab centers are same, but they are kept perpendicular. Okay. So here current in one of the coil is 3 ampere. Current in the other coil is 4 ampere. Radius for both of them is same. So let us calculate magnetic field due to this coil. Okay, since it is full circle, formula for full circle is mu naught I by 2r. Current is I1. This time currents are different. Okay, radius is same. Mu naught value is what? 4 pi into 10 power minus 7. Current is 3 ampere divided by 2r. Radius is 2 pi. So you can see in the denominator 4 pi will cancel with this 4 pi. So you will get 3 into 10 power minus 7 Tesla. Direction will be where? This side. So direction will be this side. Okay. Similarly, let us calculate magnetic field due to the other coil. For the other coil, magnetic field, since it is again full circle, mu naught I by 2r. Radius is same, current is different, I2. Mu naught is 4 pi into 10 power minus 7. Current is 4 ampere. 2 into radius is 2 pi. Oh, acha, I forgot one thing. What I forgot? We have to convert into meter. Otherwise, we will get wrong answer. Okay. So this is in centimeter. So this will be 2 pi into 10 power minus 2 meter. So this will be 10 power minus 2. So that will go up. It will become minus 5. Okay. Thank you. Similarly, here it will be 10 power minus 2. See, these small mistakes even I am doing after having so many years of experience. So you may be doing in exam. So you have to be little focused while writing the answer. So this 4 pi and 4 pi you can cancel. So magnetic field will be 4 into 10 to the power minus 5 Tesla. Direction will be where? This current is this way. It will be downwards. So you can see now we have to add these two magnetic field, but they are not in same direction. They are not in opposite direction. One is this side, B1 is this side, B2 is this side. So resultant will be somewhere here. Correct? No? And the formula for resultant will be root over B1 square plus B2 square. Common you take out. Common is 10 to the power minus 5 into root over 3 square plus 4 square. So root of 3 square plus 4 square is 5 into 10 power minus 5 Tesla. Okay, simple question again. 5 into 10 power minus 5 Tesla. Option C. 27 is a nice question. Okay, concentrate on that. Option C. So you have to check the direction. Okay, directly don't add the magnetic fields. You have to check the direction, then decide. If in same direction, add, opposite direction, subtract. Perpendicular means you have to take this formula. Sometimes the angle may be theta. Then you have to use the first PU formula, root over a square plus b square plus 2ab cos theta. Or you can take components, whichever you feel comfortable. Question number 27, you see. Two circular coils, 1 and 2, are made of the same wire. Same wire means the material is same. But with radius of the first coil is twice of the second coil. So radius of the first coil is twice of the second coil. Okay, we have to read properly. Radius of the first coil is twice of the second coil. What is the ratio of potential difference applied across them so that magnetic field at the centers are same? Magnetic field at the center should be same. At center should be same. Now, if you are wondering how are we going to apply potential difference to a circular wire, then you you can think like this. This is a circular wire. Now you make a very small gap here, so small that you can neglect it. Then from here you take some wire which has no resistance and then put a battery. So current will flow like this. Okay, this part you can neglect, and due to this circular wire you have to find magnetic field here. Okay, so you find magnetic field here due to this circular wire. Okay, so if you are thinking how are we going to apply potential difference, see, when people say in a circular wire there is current, how are we going to produce this current? You have to have some source, no, battery, no. So if it is like this, what you can do, a small cut is there, very very small cut, and then you can think battery is there. Okay students, it is so small that you can neglect it. So they are saying magnetic field is same, they want potential difference. So let us think what will be the potential difference across these 2 points. That will be current into resistance. Now we have to be careful with R1, R2. Okay, so let me write this time small r1 for radius. So small r means radius. Okay, small r means radius. Capital R I will use for resistance. Otherwise, it will create confusion in the same problem if you use capital R radius also, capital R resistance also. So potential difference is current into resistance. Resistance is rho L by A. Correct now? Now, and L is what? This length. Okay, between this point to this point. So for L, I can write 2 pi R by area of cross section. This A means this area. Okay, students, don't confuse with some other area. Now we need to bring magnetic field also here. Since this is magnetic field at the center. At the center, what is magnetic field? Mu naught I by 2R. Which R I should write? Small r or capital R? In this problem, this is magnetic field at the center of a circular loop. So we have to write radius of the loop. No, radius of the loop I am writing small r. So let us write for current 2R magnetic field divided by mu naught. So let us substitute this here. So potential difference will be 2R magnetic field by mu naught. So the reason why I am doing like this is because in the problem they want potential difference, and in the problem they have told magnetic field is same. So we are trying to write in terms of given quantities and whatever is asked. So they are asking about ratio of potential difference and they have given magnetic field is same. So I am writing the whole formula in terms of magnetic field. Now check which quantities are same. Magnetic field is same. Area of cross section will be same because same wire only. So this area will be same. Resistivity will be same. Mu naught is a constant. 2 into 2 is a constant. pi is a constant. So all these red are same. All these red ones are same in the problem. So only what is different? Radius is different. So it is very clear. Potential difference is proportional to what? Here one radius, here one radius. So it will be proportional to radius square. So V1 by V2 will be R1 by R2 whole square. Okay, now students. So V1 by V2 will be R1 they told twice of R2 by R2 whole square. So ratio will be 4:1. Ratio will be 4:1. So it's a good question. Little bit of current electricity is combined with magnetism chapter. Length is 2 pi r. Okay, remember, because it is a circle. So length of the wire will be 2 pi r. Done? Okay. See question number 28. An infinitely long straight conductor is bent into the shape as shown in the figure. It carries a current of I ampere and the radius is small r meter. The magnetic field, induction here you think as field, at its center. So the wire looks like this. They have not drawn very nicely. Okay, this part should be very, very small so that you can assume this is circle only. Okay. So here current I goes, then it goes small I they told. Then it goes like this. Then again it goes like this. This small part can be neglected. Okay, this small gap can be neglected. So gap is neglected. Okay. So at the center we have to find the magnetic field. Now you can consider this whole wire as two parts. One is this circle and one is this straight wire. Okay. This time please concentrate. This point where you want magnetic field is not on this line. It is not on this line. So this straight wire, this infinitely long straight wire, this infinitely long straight wire will also produce magnetic field here. Okay, students. So we have to calculate magnetic field due to this circular part and also due to this straight wire. And I hope everybody remembers, for a straight wire, magnetic field here is mu naught I by 2 pi r. R was this perpendicular distance. Okay, so all these formulas we have to remember. This we derived using Ampere's circuital law. So let us calculate at this point. Okay, so due to this circle, what will be the magnetic field? Since it is circular, mu naught I by 2 radius. What is the radius symbol they have given? Small r. So radius is small r. Direction will be where? Into, right? So direction is into. Now let us calculate due to this straight wire. For this infinitely long straight wire, formula is this one. Mu naught, current is same, 2 pi. What is this small r? Distance of the point from the wire. So this is the point where we want magnetic field. This is the straight wire. So this distance we want. That is r only, right? Radius only. Where will be the direction? Now straight wire is, now it is straight wire. So thumb should be along the current. And these curls will be magnetic field. But here I want. So here it will be outward. Okay. Here it will be inward. But I don't want here. No, I want here. So it will be in here, out here. Okay. Put the thumb along the current. Out. So it will be out. So clearly they are in opposite direction. We have to subtract. Which will be more? This will be more because this is divided by pi. No. So this will be more. So total magnetic field will be B1 minus B2. Common you take outside. Mu naught I by 2R. Here 1. Here 1 by pi. And since into is more, the total will be into. Because total magnetic field will be wherever the bigger magnetic field is. If I apply 10 Newton, you apply 6 Newton, the body will come towards me because I am applying bigger force. Similarly, this is bigger magnetic field than this one. So since this is bigger, the total will be along wherever is the bigger magnetic field. Which option? Okay, they are writing in terms of mu naught by 4 pi. So if you write here 4 pi, answer was mu naught I by 2R, right? Okay, to write in terms of the option, they are writing this way. Mu naught by 4 pi. If I write here mu naught by 4 pi, I have to write here 2 pi I divided by R. Correct now, students? Yes or no? If I write 4 pi here, this is 2 actually, so I must multiply with 2. So the 2 divided by 4 will be 2. If I write pi here, I must write pi also here because there is no pi here. Then what they have done, this pi they have put inside. So if you put this pi inside, your answer will be, final answer will be mu naught by 4 pi. Is it visible? No. So it will be mu naught by 4 pi 2I by R. Then this pi they have put inside. So it will be pi minus 1. Okay, good. So this will be, check which option is this. Option B. Yeah, somebody was saying option B actually. So remember students, sometimes no, after solving your answer may not match with the option. That doesn't mean the question is wrong or something. You have to check whether you can convert your answer into one of the option by doing some manipulations as per mathematics. Okay. So again, very good question. First you find magnetic field due to circular wire, then due to straight wire. This time the straight wire will also produce magnetic field because it is, this point is not on this line. If this point is on this line, you know magnetic field is 0. (29) is a nice question. An electron moves in a circular orbit. Where will you find such electron? In atoms. So an electron moves in a circular orbit. This is orbit, okay, not wire. This is orbit, not wire. This is the path of the electron. Radius is, they want the radius. It is moving with velocity v, and the particle is electron. It produces at the magnetic field at the center here, capital V. They want the radius of the circle. Now, first let us see what is the current due to this motion of electron. How do we define current? If you take any cross section, you have to calculate how much charge is passing through the cross section in a given time. Then divide the charge by the time. That is called current, or you can say average current. So you have to take some cross section anywhere you want and check how many charges are crossing the cross section in a given interval of time. So let me imagine one cross section here. So this is not a wire, okay students, this is just orbit. So imagine a cross section here and wait for one time period. So as you wait for one time period, electron will go like this and will come here, right? So how much electron passed? One electron passed, yes or no? So the charge which passed is E in magnitude and time taken is time period. So this is your average current, or you can say equivalent current of the flow of electron. So this is the current. Again, let me tell, wait for some time. Now don't choose the time, any nonsense time. You have to choose a time which you can calculate. So best time is time period. So if you wait for time period, you can see one electron will cross E. If you wait for two time period, two electron will cross. So answer will be same only. Okay, so the current is charge divided by time period. Charge is E, time period is, distance is 2 pi r divided by speed. Speed they have given, no? So this speed will go up. Time period is distance divided by speed. And in one time period, distance covered is one revolution. One revolution is 2 pi r. So this V will go up. So EV by 2 pi r. So this is your current. Now magnetic field at the center is B, they are saying. Because it is equivalent to current, it will produce magnetic field at the center. What is the formula? Mu naught I by 2R. So it will be mu naught by 2R. Current is EV by 2 pi R. Current is EV by 2 pi R. So substitute for current. Then bring R this side. So R into R will be R square. Mu naught EV divided by 4 pi B. Okay, students. So this is how your radius will be. Then you take radius will be square root of this. So in the question they are asking, the radius of the circle is proportional to what? It is very clear now. It is proportional to root of B by B. It is proportional to square root of B by B because other factors are constant. Direction of this magnetic field will be where? Direction of this magnetic field. Remember, this is electron. Be careful. So if electron is moving like this, velocity is this here means it is moving like this. No, velocity means wherever you are moving. So if electron is moving like this, current will be like this, remember. So current will be like this. And you have to use this rule for current. So current is this way, magnetic field is out. So if somebody will ask you magnetic field direction, that also you can mention. Okay? Write down. Option C, yeah. Thirtieth question, let us do. So question number 30 says, a current I is flowing in a conductor shaped as shown in the figure. The radius of the curved part is small r and length of the straight portion is very large. Matlab, you can consider it as infinitely long. The value of magnetic field at the center. So they have not given you full circle, like this is there, then this part is not there. Okay. This part is not there. Here one straight part is there, and here one straight part is there. This is infinity, this is infinity. Current is I like this, so it will be I here, then I here, right? Radius is R. So we have to find magnetic field due to this. So what you do first, you consider this arc as part 1 of the wire. So this is the part 1 of the wire. This is part 2 of the wire, this straight part from here onwards. So this is part 2 and this is part 3. Now you can see for this straight wire, this point where we want magnetic field. This is our observation point. So for this straight wire, it is on the line. So for this part, no magnetic field. So part 3 will produce zero magnetic field. That is the first thing to understand. This will not produce magnetic field. Now this part, this is an arc. This is not a complete circle. So this is first part. So magnetic field due to circular part, this part will be, what was the formula for arc? Mu naught I by mu naught by 4 pi I by R into 5. Okay, students, formulas you have to remember, students. At least you make a sheet and keep it somewhere, and from there you see. But again, doing that is not good, because that will give you habit of always looking at formula. Then in exam, from where will you get formula? So try to remember some basic formula. I'm not asking you to remember everything. So mu naught by 4 pi, current is I, radius is R. What is the angle subtended by this arc? This is the angle subtended, no? So that will be pi by 2, pi by 2, pi by 2. So it will be 3 pi by 2. So angle subtended is 3 pi by 2. Pi cancel, so it will be 3 by 8 mu naught I by R. Okay, students. So this is the magnetic field due to the circular arc. Direction will be where current is this way. So it will be outward. Outward. Okay. Now for this part, this is straight part, and this point is not on this line. Now this is not a infinity long wire both sides. See, this may be infinity this side, but it is not infinity this side. So basically it is what we call semi-infinite wire. And for semi-infinite, I told, for infinite we write this formula. For semi-infinite, it is half of this. Actual formula was this formula, theta 1 here, theta 2 here. I have given you the formula here. Okay, check that formula. So that when I was discussing for finite wire, magnetic field due to finite wire, I have discussed all these things. So for this second part, which is basically your semi-infinite, okay, you can use directly this formula, but half of that. So it will be mu naught I by 4 pi, perpendicular distance is R between the point and the wire. Direction will be, this current is going here. So here it will be inside, but here I don't want, here I want, here it will be outside. So both are outside. So this time both the magnetic fields are outside. Okay, again you see, thumb you put this way, magnetic field will be like this. So here it will be outside. So we have to add. So total magnetic field will be B1 plus B2, because both are in the same direction, outwards. So common you take, mu naught I by R is common, 3 by 8 plus here how much? Here 1 by 4 pi. 1 by 4 pi. Okay, so now you have to check which option will match with this. Okay, they have taken 4 pi R common. Okay, so after getting till here, what you do, you write this magnetic field as mu naught I divided by 4 pi R. So if I write here 4 pi, I have to multiply by 4 pi. So if I multiply by 4 pi, 4 pi, 3 into 4 pi divided by 8 plus 4 pi divided by 4 pi. Okay, students. So if I multiply by 4 pi, I have to divide by 4 pi. If I divide by 4 pi, I have to multiply by 4 pi. So you put 4 pi inside this and inside this. So it will be mu naught I divided by 4 pi R. This will be 3 by 2 pi plus 1. Okay, which option? Mu naught I by 4 pi R, 3 pi by 2 plus 1. Option A. So this is semi-infinite this time. Okay, previously if you remember that question, this wire was going like this. both side it was infinity. Then you can use formula for magnetic field due to straight wire. 31 I have done in our MCQs in our EPL. So check out, it is similar formula, only that time the radius was numbers, 3 centimeter, 2 centimeter, like that. Here the radius is A and the other radius is B. So please try it out. Let me know whether you got the answer or not. Question number 32 we will do now. Question number 32. Okay, look here. 3 identical long solenoids P, Q and R are connected to each other as shown in the figure. So there is one solenoid here, then one solenoid here, and then one solenoid here. These are very long solenoid as mentioned in the question, but they told identical. So number of turns, everything will be same. If the magnetic field at the center of P here, if the magnetic field is 2 Tesla, what would be the magnetic field at the center of Q? Here they want magnetic field. Let me write as B1. This is your Q, this is your. Okay, simple question this one, students, no need to worry. Look here. Current coming is like this I. Okay, imagine, they have not given. So imagine current I is coming. Since they told these two are identical, matlab what? Whatever resistance this will have, same this will also have. So current will divide equally. I by 2, I by 2. Okay. So therefore, for solenoid, the formula for magnetic field is, for solenoid, is mu naught, sorry. For solenoid, it is mu naught Ni. Please remember, very simple formula. This is the simplest of all the formula for magnetic field. This is the simplest one. So I'm sure you will be able to remember. This N is not number of turns. It is number of turns per unit length. Number of turns per unit length. So here this magnetic field is given, right? So at P, what will be magnetic field? Mu naught Ni. At Q they are asking. Magnetic field I wrote B1. That will be what? Mu naught is constant. N will be same. Why N will be same? Because same number of turns will be there. Why? Because it is identical. So number of turns per unit length will be same. But current here will be half of this. So current will be half at Q. So if current is half, you can see this magnetic, this numerator is nothing but magnetic field at P divided by 2. So here it was given 2 Tesla. So it will be 1 Tesla. Okay, students. So basically the idea is, if current here is half of this, magnetic field here also will be half, because number of turns is constant, per unit length is constant. So magnetic field is proportional to current. So if current here is half of this, magnetic field here also will be half of this. No need to do all these things if you know the formula. Okay. Now remaining few questions are based on Ampere's circuital law. Before I start Ampere's circuital law, these are the last few questions. Then we will start board syllabus. But before I do problems on Ampere's circuital law, try to understand one small thing. Sometimes they may say questions like this. Okay, look here. Extra. You will find such questions in our assignment sheet. Okay, so imagine I first draw this square, and then imagine current here is coming out. This is current, okay, I. It is coming out. So wire is kept like this. And here also current is coming out. It may be going in also. So that one you try. So it is coming out, it is coming out. So this side is A, let's say. And I want magnetic field at this point. So magnetic field at P. Okay, so how am I going to solve this? So first of all, you have to understand straight wire produces magnetic field like this. But at a point, if you want, you have to draw tangent. Last time also I have told. If this is your straight wire, and if you want magnetic field here, then first you draw this radius. Why radius I am calling it? Because magnetic field lines will be like this, no? Like this. So you draw the radius. Then you draw perpendicular to that radius. That will be your magnetic field due to this at this point. Okay? You can check. Oh, sorry. Since it is outward, it will be like this. So it will be here. So this is how you should find magnetic field at a point due to a straight wire which is coming out towards you. Suppose I ask at some point, random point here. First draw the radius, then you draw perpendicular to that. So this is how you should find direction of magnetic field due to straight wire. So at this point, this is outward. So it will be like this, right? Outward like this. So this is the radius. So magnetic field will be this way. So this is magnetic field due to this. Okay. Let me write it as different one. I1 if you like. I1, I2. Then I can write here B1. So B1 is magnetic field due to I1. Similarly for this, it will be this way, right? So at this point, this is the radius. For this wire, this is the radius. Magnetic field will be here. So then you can use vector addition rule, right? So what will be B1 first? You calculate B1. Mu naught I1 by 2 pi. This distance is your perpendicular distance between the wire and the point. This is the point, this is the wire. So this is the perpendicular distance, which is A. All the time they may not say R. Similarly for magnetic field due to this wire, mu naught I2 by 2 pi A. Okay. After doing this two, you know what to do. Total magnetic field will be root over B1 square plus B2 square. Common you take outside. So mu naught by 2 pi A is common, root over I1 square plus I2 square. So this is how you should find magnetic field if this kind of arrangement is given. Okay, one homework you try and immediately send me the solution. Okay, don't take time. Try to solve it now only after the class if you are free, and send me a picture of the solution. So if two wires are kept like this, this is how you should do. Write down. And please remember, these dots represent current, not magnetic field. These are your magnetic field. And this is how you should find the direction. First draw radius, then draw perpendicular to the radius. So imagine one homework question you try. Suppose one current is coming out, I, and at some distance another current carrying wire is also coming out. Let me assume both are I. And this distance is given to A, let's say. Okay, current is coming. This is current, okay, not charge. So current is coming out. So now what I want at some distance A, okay, not 2A, at some distance A, I want magnetic field. At some distance A, okay, let me make it little simple. Wait. Call this A, no problem. Then take one point P. This is A, this is also A. So let me make it a little bit simple for you. So I want magnetic field at this point. Okay, try this question. Answer should be in terms of I, A, and mu naught and all will be there. Just like here, mu naught was there, pi was there. Those things can be there. But I want the final answer to be in terms of A and I. Both currents are same. Okay, little bit, if you want me to help, see. Due to this, you have to first find magnetic field here. So first you have to draw the radius, then you have to draw perpendicular to this radius, right? So this is your magnetic field due to this current. Then you have to draw radius of this, then perpendicular to this. Then you have to check the angle between them and then find the resultant. Angle you have to find yourself. I will not help you. So try to do this. Write the question. Now you don't do, later you do. Now I will solve the remaining questions which are based on Ampere's circuital law. Okay, Kirti, I'm not sure about the answer, so I cannot tell you are right or wrong. So first you solve it, then you send a picture, I will see it, and then I will discuss, okay? By the way, those red arrows which I made, that will not be given. You have to find yourself. Okay, let us now discuss question number 33. A current I amperes flows along an infinitely long, straight, thin-walled tube. So it is not a solid conductor. It is a hollow conductor, hollow cylindrical conductor, because they told tube, thin, straight, thin-walled tube. So you can imagine something like this. Okay, this is the tube. Something like this. Okay, students. Like this, and current is flowing obviously here, right? Current is flowing like this. This is your current. So current will not be here. So they are asking what is the magnetic induction, matlab magnetic field, at any point inside the tube. Inside the tube. Already we have discussed this. So if you see from here, you will see like this, right? And current will be coming out. This is your current. This is your current. Everywhere it will be there, everywhere. Now, if I want somewhere inside at a distance r, here if I want, then what is the technique according to Ampere's circuital law? First you draw this loop. Okay. Then since the current is coming out, even if there is magnetic field here, it should be like this everywhere. Because it is current, because current is coming out like this. So magnetic field should be like this. So that's why I have chosen a circular loop. Then you calculate the left side. Integral B dot dl equal to mu naught times. What I should write? Current enclosed by this loop. This is my Amperian loop. So what is the current inside this loop? Are these currents inside this? Can I say? These currents are going on the skin of the tube, skin, the thin wall. So is there any current within this loop? Yes or no? What is the current inside this loop? Just tell me that much. So if I choose my loop here, what is the current here inside the loop? There is no current inside the loop, right? This is zero. So therefore, you can say magnetic field is zero in the loop. And this is because of symmetry, okay? Because magnetic field is like this everywhere, everywhere. So for this integral to be zero, B has to be zero everywhere. Because if there was B like this, then how can you say this will be zero? Because there will be magnetic field cannot be there. No, magnetic field has to be like this only. Magnetic field has to be like this if it is there by symmetry. By symmetry, if there is magnetic field, it has to be like this everywhere. So if your magnetic field is like this and your dl is also here, then you can see that theta cannot be zero. Theta is zero everywhere. So it will be B dl cos 0. That means B has to be 0 because B is constant for this circle. So I can take B outside. This integral will give you 2 pi r. So if this is 0, B has to be 0. Okay, students. So inside the tube, the magnetic field is 0 because even if there is magnetic field, by symmetry it has to be circular only. There is no other option. Even if it is there, it has to be circular. But since integral B dot dl is 0 and B dot dl will be B dl cos 0, and then B is uniform, even if it is there, you can take B outside. Then you can check that if B into 2 pi r, which is the left side of Ampere's circuital law, if this is 0, B has to be 0. Because r cannot be 0. R is this radius. How it is 0? I can imagine any radius I want. Okay, now. So please keep this in mind. Inside a hollow tube, magnetic field is 0. 34th question you see. Question number 34. A long straight wire of radius A carries a current I, steady current I, long straight wire. It is not mentioned to be hollow. So therefore, you have to assume it is solid wire, solid. The current is uniformly distributed across its cross section. Matlab, across the cross section, current is uniformly distributed. So for every unit area, same current is coming. Matlab, current density will be constant. So they want ratio of magnetic field at what point? A by 2 from the axis, they should say. A by 2 from the axis and 2A from the axis. So again, students, I will not draw the wire like this. I will draw the wire like this. Okay. So this is your wire. Please understand which is wire, which is loop, which is Amperian loop. You have to distinguish from which is wire. So this is my wire. So current is coming out, let's say like this. Okay. Everywhere I have to show, but then that will take time. So this is your current. Total current is I. I is the total current. Now, the radius of this is given to be A. This is the center, let's say radius is A. First, they want magnetic field at what distance? A by 2. A by 2 means inside. So let me take some point here inside. And let me draw, the technique is what? Wherever you want magnetic field, through that point, you have to draw a loop. In this problem, the best loop is circular. This is your Amperian loop. Why circular? Because magnetic field will be like this. So if magnetic field is circular, best loop to choose is also circular. And this radius, let me write small r. Okay. So if you do the left side of your Ampere's loop or Ampere's loop using Ampere's circuital law, you should be able to write directly now. Left side will be B into 2 pi circumference of this loop, matlab 2 pi r. So this you should be able to write directly, student. I don't want you to spend time writing integral B dot dl, then integral B dl cos 0. Why cos 0? Because magnetic field is circular. This Amperian loop is also circular. So dl will be along the tangent to the circle. Magnetic field is also along the tangent to the circle. So everywhere the two vectors are in same direction. So this will be cos 0, which will be 1. Then since it is circle, magnetic field can be taken constant, take it outside. Then integration of dl will give you 2 pi r. So I don't want you to waste your time in this part. Okay. So I want you to memorize. If your loop is circular, if your magnetic field is circular, the best loop to choose is circular. So use this. Now I want mu naught times current enclosed. Correct na? According to Ampere's circuital law. So B into 2 pi r equals to mu naught. What is current inside this? Only this current I have to calculate. Only this current. Since J is constant, I can directly write J current density into area. Area of this will be pi r square. Correct or not? So which I can write B into 2 pi r equals to mu naught. J I can write total current by total area. Total area of the wire is pi a square, pi r square. So pi cancel. cross multiply. So your magnetic field inside will be mu naught I, 1 r and 1 r square here will cancel, divided by this 2 pi will come down, 2 pi a square. So this is the magnetic field inside. Okay. Now in the question what they told, in the question they told r is equal to a by 2. Yes or no? At what distance they want? A by 2. A by 2 matlab inside. The radius of the wire is a. So put a by 2 here. So you will get V1, let us say, mu naught I by a by 2, 2 pi a square. So that will be mu naught I by 4 pi a. So this itself can be one nice neat question. Only this much to find magnetic field inside. To find magnetic field inside. Okay. Write this part. So this is the formula for magnetic field inside at a distance r from the center. When I say center, you have to imagine actually it is a cylinder. So it is from the axis of the cylinder. And J is total current by total area into area of that small part, because I want only current inside the loop. For outside, I hope you remember. For outside, if this is your wire and total current coming out is I, if my point is outside, then like this I will make loop. Yes or no? Distance from the center is R. So now if you repeat the whole derivation, left side of Ampere's circuital law will be B into 2 pi this R, because integration is done on this loop. Mu naught times current inside. This time for this loop, current inside is this total current only. So directly I can write I. No need to do all this business of multiplying current density with area. Why, sir? Because this whole current is inside the loop. Then write directly I only. So magnetic field outside will be mu naught I by 2 pi r. Very similar to formula of straight wire. Thin straight wire, thin. Now in the question, at what distance they told? In the question they told this R is 2a. Check the question. They told 2a. So put 2a. What will be magnetic field? Let me call this one V2. So mu naught I by, if I put 2a here, it will be 4 pi a. Now compare the magnetic field inside at a distance a by 2 and outside at a distance 2a from the center. What do you get? The magnetic field ratio will be, this is are same. So ratio will be 1. Now it is, luckily it is 1. Okay, not always it will be 1. It is 1 because I have given you specific distance. Try to make this a by 4, and then calculate the ratio. Last question. So if they want magnetic field outside a solid conductor, cylindrical conductor, magnetic field outside, then just use this formula directly, because this you know for straight wire. Inside you have to remember this. Now you may not be able to remember this, so you can derive it quickly using Ampere's circuital law. Okay, last question we will do, question number 35. Listen carefully. If the current density in a linear conductor of radius A, radius is A, varies with R. What is R? They should say R is distance of a point from the axis of the conductor. So this time, students, current density is not a constant. It is a function of distance from the center. R is distance from the center. And that is given to be K R square, where K is some constant. So what they want, magnetic field induction, matlab magnetic field at a distance r from the axis when r is less than a and when r is greater than a. So let us do for both of them. So again, this is my wire, but I will show this way. So this is my wire. This is radius of the wire. First, I want at a point inside. So first one is r is less than a. So your r is less than a. Matlab the point should be inside. Now you draw one Amperian loop. This is your Amperian loop, correct? No. Now for this Amperian loop, you have to apply Ampere's circuital law. Ampere's circuital law. Left side is easy. Left side is B into 2 pi r. Okay, left side. Right side you have to calculate. This is current enclosed. So now you have to think how to find this current. Directly you cannot multiply current density because current density is not constant. So how to find current enclosed? What you do? I want remember current in only this part. So in this part, within this part, you consider one small ring whose radius is r, thickness is dr. Then area of this ring, small area will be 2 pi r into dr. So what you do is first find small current, then you integrate to find the current inside this loop. That is how we should do when current density is not constant. How to write small current? Current density into small area. What is current density? Kr square. What is small area of this ring which is inside this part here? Okay, somewhere here. This is 2 pi r dr. So this is your area of a small ring here. Then I have to find current inside this loop. I have to integrate from here till here. So from here till here means your r variable will go from 0 to r. So from 0 to r. So this will give you 2 pi is constant, take it outside. K is constant, take it outside. Integration of r square into r means integration of r cube. Integration of r cube will be what? R power 4 by 4. Okay, so this is how you should find current enclosed when current density is not constant. So first what you do, find small current through a small area. Find small current through a small area, then you integrate to find the total current. But you have to know from where to where. I want only current inside this. Okay, students? So put this current enclosed here. So magnetic field into 2 pi r will be mu naught. Current will be pi k r power 4 by 2. Now these 2 2s are 4, I can cancel. So finally magnetic field will be pi will also cancel. Mu naught k, 1 r and r power 4 will cancel, r power 3 by 2. So this is the magnetic field inside. Sometimes doing only one part will give you the answer, okay? Forget about that mu r. Mu r is just medium, okay? Yeah, 4. Thank you, Prakruti. This is good. Forget about mu r here. That mu r I will explain later. Probably they have taken some medium here, okay? Forget about that. So mu naught k r power 3 by 4. So many options have like this. We have to calculate outside also. So this is inside. Okay, students? Right, first. This is inside. Okay, first part. Now I want to calculate outside. So second part is, both the parts will not come in exam. One part may come. So for r greater than a. So now you have to redraw this diagram. Everything will not change, only something will change. Look here. This is your wire whose radius is a. This time I want magnetic field outside. So your small r is greater than A. So how will you draw your loop? The loop should pass through the point where you want magnetic field. So this is your Amperian loop. Left side will be same because magnetic field will be like this only if current is coming out. So B will be this will be 2 pi r, length of this loop. This also will be same. So equation 1 will remain same. Current enclosed. Now, this time current enclosed means current here. Correct or not? Don't come up to here, ma. Why? There is no current here, no. There is no current here. In this gap, there is no current. So current inside this will be this total current. So total current, that capital I like that they have not given, so we have to derive only. So can you tell me this time I have to write what here? Up to where I should integrate? A, very good. Super. Up to A I have to integrate. Because my variable this time will start from 0 and go up to here. Correct? No, because there is no current here. So no need to go till here. So this will be A. So if you repeat, this will be A power 4. Right? So here R will not cancel. So this will be 2 pi R. This will be A power 4. So this will be A power 4. And here there will be R. Pi will cancel. Okay, students. So which is the right answer? A power 4 I don't see anywhere. So there has to be A power 4. So there is a mistake in the options. Okay. There has to be A power 4. I don't see A power 4 anywhere. So there has to be A power 4 here. Okay. So please change one of the option. Okay. So MCQs are done. We will now continue with our board syllabus. First you write this. Any doubt is there, let me know. Again, I'm telling you, usually current density will not be a function. It will be constant only for your exams. Okay. If you write JEE advanced, then yes, they may give you function. But it is important to know how to solve the problem if this is not constant. Because in NEET, they may not ask this, but they will ask you how the graph of magnetic field looks like. Graph. Now to know the graph, you have to know the equation. Understood? So if you don't know the equation, how will you know the graph? So dA will be same only, 2 pi r dr. J is kr square. I have to integrate from 0 to A. R square r, integration will be r power 4. When I put upper limit, it will become A power 4. Okay. So one very important, now we continue with our board syllabus. One very important topic which has, which keeps being asked, okay, is magnetic force between two long straight conductors. Two long parallel straight current carrying conductors. Okay. And with this question, they will always attach one more question, 1 mark question, 4 plus 1 it will be. And then they will ask, define 1 ampere. So electronics people, be careful. This is how you define 1 ampere. Today I will explain. Okay. So we don't say is when 1 coulomb charge passes in 1 second, that is called 1 ampere. Like that we don't define. Actually, coulomb is measured from ampere. So once you know, and first we define ampere, then we measure coulomb. Okay, so please write this carefully, all of you. The topic is magnetic force between two long parallel straight current carrying conductor. Now, this topic is basically the combination of whatever we have done in this chapter. So let us begin. On the few first days when I started this chapter, what I told you, if there is a current carrying wire, if there is a current carrying wire in an external magnetic field, external, then that wire will experience a force, and the magnitude is ILB sine theta. Direction should be found from cross product L bar cross B bar. Correct or not? So this B was mentioned like external magnetic field. Somebody is applying. After that, what we did, we learned about Biot-Savart's law. We learned about Ampere's circuital law. Using these laws, what we found? We found magnetic field due to current carrying wire at a distance r. Magnetic field due to current carrying wire. Not force. We are not talking about force. Magnetic field at some distance produced by this current carrying wire is equal to mu naught I by 2 pi r. Remember, right? We made a circular loop like this. Then we did the integration. Then we found this. Left side will be b into 2 pi r. Right side will be mu naught I. Bring 2 pi r downstairs. You will get this formula instantly. You will get. So this was to find magnetic field due to current. This is to find force on a current carrying wire when you apply external magnetic field. So now if I bring two wires together, then one wire will produce magnetic field, and that magnetic field will be external magnetic field for the other wire. So that other wire will feel a force. Similarly, the second wire will produce magnetic field that will act like external magnetic field for the first wire. So first wire will feel a force. So this topic is basically combination of these two. So let us do the derivation now. Very simple derivation because formulas and all you have remembered already. So look here. Let's draw one nice diagram. So imagine I will try to show one 3D picture. So imagine this is your plane like this. Okay. This is just drawn to give you a feeling of 3D. Okay. So like this you imagine. Now here one current carrying wire is there like this, I1, and here another current carrying wire is there, I2. Let me see how it looks. Fine, it looks. So now I want to calculate force on one wire due to other wire. In electrostatics, we used to say one charge produces force on another charge. Now we are saying one current carrying wire produces force on another current carrying wire. So what is the formula for that force? We have to calculate. So very simple. This will produce magnetic field how? Like this, no? This one will be like that. Here it will be into. So since I am showing 3D picture, it will be like this. So magnetic field produced by this will act on this. Sorry students, my black color is gone. So you have to see red color everywhere. So this will be B1. Be careful, B1. What is B1? Magnetic field due to this current. Similarly, this current carrying wire will produce here magnetic field like this. Correct? No, listen carefully. Like this. So here it will be outward. Matlab like this. This is your B2. Why B2 I wrote? Because it is due to I2. Okay. Now this current carrying wire is feeling this magnetic field as external magnetic field because it is not due to this wire. This is due to this wire. So this wire will feel a force in what direction? Like this, you bring magnetic field is inside, current is up. Correct? No, magnetic field is inside, current is up. For force will be this side. So this is force on wire 2 by wire 1. This is force on wire 2. This is your wire 2 by wire 1. What about force on this? Force on this. Magnetic field is out, current is up. Magnetic field is out like this. Magnetic field is out for this. Current is up, so force will be this side. Okay, so force will be this. It has to be that side from Newton's third law. From Newton's third law, it has to be that side only. If one is attracting, other also has to attract. So this is force on wire 1 by wire 2. So direction wise we have explained. Now let us calculate formula. So magnetic field due to, let us say this distance is R only, no problem. R. Okay. So magnetic field due to wire 1. Wire 1 matlab current in wire 1 actually. Due to current in wire 1. Because if you say due to wire 1, then you may think wire produces magnetic field. Current in the wire produces magnetic field. What is the formula? Since it is infinitely long, what is the formula? Mu naught. It is due to which current? In 1. So it is mu naught I1 by 2 pi R. R is this distance. Okay. Equation 1. This magnetic field is acting on which wire? Second wire. Okay. So force on wire 2 due to this magnetic field. Because B1 will act on wire 2, remember. So that force will be, I have given what symbol? F21. Force on wire 2 by wire 1. That will be, what is the formula? Current in that wire, which is I2. Current in this wire, length of the small part of this wire, let us say, into B1 or B2? 1 or 2? Just say 1 or 2. 1, because it is due to B1. This is the external, no? B1. Because this is the external magnetic field. So now if I substitute this B1 here, I will get I2L. What is B1? Mu naught I1 divided by 2 pi R. Okay. Then this is force. But it is more important to calculate force per unit length. Why, sir? Because the length of the wire is actually infinite. So you can't, you can't actually measure force on the whole wire. You have to choose some part of the wire and find force on that part, then divide by the length. So force per unit length, let me write on the top. So force per unit length means divide the force by the length. Let me call this small f21. Small f21. Okay, small f I am using for force per unit length. If you don't want to use, you can write only this, no problem. So what will be that? If I divide this by length, mu naught I1 I2 divided by 2 pi R. So this is the formula for magnitude of the force between the two wires. Of course, it is force per unit length. If you multiply with length, you will get force between two wires whose length is L. Of course, the length should be large in order to apply these formulas. So very simple. First, you find magnetic field due to first wire, then find force on the second wire. So if you remember in first PU, I used to tell you, whenever you calculate force, you should always ask on whom, by whom, on whom, by whom. So this formula contains both of them. See, this is on wire 2, matlab current in wire 2, due to magnetic field of wire 1. Understood? So the force should have that information. So when I write I1, I2, it means that only force on one current due to the other current. When we wrote Coulomb's law for force, we wrote 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q1, Q2. So there was information for on Q1 by Q2 like that. Of course, you can say other way also, on Q2 by Q1, because action reaction should be equal in magnitude. Okay, so this is the force per unit length. Now you have to repeat for the other one. Okay, so that is very simple. Now you have to just change the symbols. Magnetic field due to current in wire 2 will be B2. This will be I2. Then force on wire 1 due to magnetic field of wire 2, D2 will be, this will become F12, this will become I1, this will become D2, this will be I1, and when you substitute D2, this will be I2, right? And when you calculate the force per unit length, you will get same answer. It has to be same, obviously. Okay? But you have to write, okay, students? In that paper only you don't do. So one very important thing, if you have seen this diagram, you have understood something very interesting. And that is one very important note you see. Like currents. Sir, what do you mean by like currents? Like currents mean currents which are in the same direction. Like currents, see the diagram, attract each other. Attract each other. If you don't believe me, check the diagram. See, the force is like this. So when two wires carry current in the same direction, they attract. Okay, so keep that in mind. Fine. So like it is opposite to what we studied in charge. So there like charges repel. Here like currents attract. And you can try as homework that if current carrying wire was like this. If current carrying wire was like this, ulta, then force will be repulsive. Then you can try, same thing you do, whatever I did here. First find magnetic field of the first wire. Here magnetic field of the first wire will be like this. For this it will be like this only. Because it is down, no? So like this it has to be. Understood or not? Like this it has to be. So for this current, it will be down here. Okay, so you draw one 3D diagram and try to find the force. You will find the force will be repulsive. So please make a note, like currents attract, unlike currents repel. Unlike currents repel. Matlab opposite currents repel. Please remember the formula because numericals can be done easily by remembering this formula. Otherwise, you have to first find, magnetic field due to one wire. Then calculate force on the other wire. That will take time. If you know this formula, pata you can do. Okay. Now fine. Last topic is we have to define 1 ampere. Okay. So define 1 ampere. So using this formula, we have to do. So look here. If I say the current in both the wires, long wires, parallel wires in vacuum, medium is always vacuum. Next chapter, we will think what happens in other mediums. So if currents are equal and both are equal to 1 ampere and distance between the wires, perpendicular distance is 1 meter, then calculate the force per unit length on one wire by the second wire. It doesn't matter which wire you write because the magnitudes are same. So mu naught, first current is 1 ampere, second current is 1 ampere, 2 pi. This is not radius, okay? This is no circle here. This r is the perpendicular distance between the wires, which is also 1 I2. Now, what is the value of mu naught? 4 pi into 10 to the power minus 7 divided by 2 pi. So the force per unit length, not visible. Let me write here only. Pi cancel, 2 2s are 4. So it will be 2 into 10 power minus 7. Let me write upstairs here, okay? So force will be what? 2 into 10 power minus 7. Units will be what? Units. Don't try to put unit of this, it will take time. Left side, you see left side. This is Newton, this is meter. So it will be Newton per meter. So now let us talk about how to define. Definition is there in the EPL. I will not write down in the board. Time is also not there. but I will say it. Listen carefully. So what is 1 ampere? When two parallel long wires each carry current 1 ampere. Okay, each carry 1 ampere. The force between them is equal to 2 into 10 to the power 7 Newton per meter when they are separated by 1 meter in vacuum. So like that you have to make one definition. Now in book I think they have told like this. Let me tell you the book one. 1 ampere is that current. 1 ampere is that current which when flows through two long parallel wires kept in vacuum at a distance of 1 meter apart, they exert force on each other which is equal to 2 into 10 power minus 7 Newton per meter. So each meter of one wire will feel this much force, each meter. When the current in the two wires is equal to 1 meter and it is separated by, when the currents are equal to 1 ampere and it is separated by 1 meter. So that is the definition. Say it 2-3 times, write down 2-3 times and try to remember. Okay, fine. We will stop the class by, I will stop the class by reminding you of the definition of magnetic dipole moment. Wait, Mat, Shweta. Okay. So if I have a current loop, class is still 5 minutes is there. So if you have a current loop which carries a current I, and if you remember I told this current loop behaves like a magnetic dipole. Behaves like a magnetic dipole. And if it behaves like a magnetic dipole, it should have a magnetic dipole moment. Can anybody remind me what was the formula for this? If the current in the loop is I. Very good. Current into area. Which area but? Area enclosed by the loop. And the direction, if somebody will ask, then very simple. Direction of magnetic moment is same as area vector. And area vector is always perpendicular to the surface. Okay, so area vector can be either here or there. How to find, sir? Same rule, same rule. So if current is like this, magnetic dipole moment will be outwards. Okay, so thank you. This much I wanted to remind you for tomorrow's class. Tomorrow again it will be completely board syllabus. So make sure you attend the class. Thank you. Please do the assignment, students. Please do the assignments.